Greetings, beloved citizen, and welcome to Virtue Vanguard. In this video, we'll delve into Musashi's timeless secrets to mastering self-discipline, exploring how his teachings on acceptance, regret, adaptability, and lifelong learning can transform your life. Without a doubt, Miyamoto Musashi stands as one of the most legendary samurais in history. His unmatched feats in swordsmanship weren't merely the result of innate talent, but were a testament to his steadfast discipline. According to his own writings, this very discipline was what forged his path to greatness. Musashi's first duel occurred when he was just 13 years old, and he emerged victorious. After that, he remained undefeated in over 60 duels. Even today, this record stands as one of the most remarkable achievements in history. Miyamoto Musashi was not only Japan's greatest samurai, but also an artist and thinker. His life exemplifies how self-discipline can be transformative. Without it, we become like rudderless ships, easily swayed by impulses and instant gratification. Musashi viewed self-discipline as more than just a means to achieve goals. It was a shield against suffering. When we are disciplined, we are better prepared to face life's challenges and surprises. With that in mind, in this video, we'll delve into Miyamoto Musashi's teachings on superior self-discipline and how we can apply them in our daily lives. Accept everything just the way it is. Musashi's life as a samurai was fraught with uncertainties, from the outcomes of duels to the transient nature of his lifestyle. For him, acceptance was not a passive act, but a form of discipline. It meant acknowledging the reality of each moment, whether it was a life-threatening duel or a peaceful day of writing. This perspective is not just for samurais in life-or-death situations. It's a principle we can apply to everyday challenges. For instance, imagine you're driving to an important meeting, and your car breaks down. The immediate reaction might be to question why this is happening, or to curse your luck, adding unnecessary suffering to the situation. Musashi suggests that instead of labeling the situation as bad and descending into frustration, a disciplined person sees it for what it is. The car stopped working and needs fixing. The focus then quickly shifts to finding solutions, like calling for a tow truck or notifying the people waiting for you. This principle aligns closely with STOIC philosophy, as encapsulated by Epictetus. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. The idea is simple yet profound. We may not control what happens to us, but we can control how we react. Musashi also offers an insightful perspective on how we perceive events, cautioning against labeling them as good or bad. He argues that these labels are not inherent qualities of the events themselves, but mental constructs we impose upon them. By adopting a disciplined mindset, we free ourselves from these limiting judgments. Do not regret what you have done. Guilt can be a helpful emotion, like a signal that alerts us when we've crossed an ethical line. For instance, if you've said something rude and hurt someone, feeling guilty is natural and constructive. It shows you care about the impact of your actions and offers a chance for self-correction. Many of us often confuse guilt and regret, though they serve different functions. Guilt is an emotional response that provides useful information, helping us adjust our behavior for the future. Regret, on the other hand, is a mental state that doesn't serve us well. It's like a cloud hovering over our thoughts, taking up valuable mental space and hindering discipline. Musashi didn't have the luxury to dwell on regret. He had to focus on the present moment and the actions that would keep him alive. That's why he emphasized the importance of a clear mind for effective decision-making, something that regret can severely compromise. To maintain discipline, it's crucial to keep our minds free from distractions, and regret is one such distraction. Whether you've squandered your savings on a risky investment or pulled an all-nighter playing video games and missed an important class or work meeting, regret won't help you fix these situations. Instead of getting stuck in a cycle of regret, which often leads to feelings of helplessness, we should focus on taking proactive steps to remedy the situation. It's okay to make mistakes and learn from them. What's not okay is to let those mistakes turn into a pit of regret. We should aim to learn, improve, and move forward. Be indifferent to where you live. For Musashi, Location was secondary to the discipline and mindset he carried within himself. Whether in a peaceful temple or a chaotic battlefield, his inner state remained unshaken. Many of us might believe that a simple change of location will magically solve all our problems, leading to a happily ever after scenario. But Musashi challenges this notion, urging us to understand that the key to contentment isn't tied to a specific location. It's more about our mindset and how we engage with life. Happiness, at its core, is an internal state of mind. Sure, a new place might offer a temporary boost in mood, but if you're not fundamentally content or aligned with your life's purpose, that initial happiness will likely fade. Eventually, you'll find yourself back at square one. This echoes the words of Confucius, who said, "No matter where you go, there you are." Musashi also prepares us for life's unpredictability. If we're on a path of self-improvement or seeking mastery in any field, we might end up in places we never anticipated. We might find ourselves in a different country, adjusting to a new way of life, or even learning to navigate unfamiliar cultures. These changes go beyond just our physical location. They test our mental and emotional strength. So instead of focusing on where we are, Musashi proposes that we should consider how we are. Are we adaptable, resilient, and committed to our goals? These are the qualities that will help us thrive no matter where life takes us. To know 10,000 things, know one well. In today's world, we face an overwhelming number of career paths and endless options. It's common to feel drawn to multiple interests, whether it's sports, computers, or art, leading us to dabble in various fields. Having a wide range of interests isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, this can sometimes lead to what's known as shiny object syndrome, where people jump from one new and trendy idea to another, abandoning each as soon as something else catches their eye. Musashi took a different approach. He devoted his life to mastering the art of the sword, training tirelessly day in and day out. However, it's easy to forget that he was also an accomplished artist, a deep thinker, and a master strategist. This teaches us that knowing one way doesn't mean limiting yourself to one pursuit. It emphasizes the importance of focused discipline in mastering one thing at a time and dedicating our full time and attention to it until we master it. By doing so, we learn one way and can later know 10,000 things. By extensively learning a skill and experiencing all it entails, we start seeing patterns that help us learn other skills as well. In Musashi's case, his strategy was largely based on the patterns he learned from dueling his opponents and applying them on a larger scale. In modern times, this can be illustrated by the resilience we gain by learning to be adaptable in anything we do. It's the ability to learn how to learn. If you know how to study for one exam, you'll know how to study for the rest. Or if you know how to adapt in the workplace, you'll be able to handle any task you're assigned. But it all starts with learning one way first, so that you can later know 1,000. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. Considering Musashi was a samurai, a warrior who always faced life or death situations, this principle likely held significant weight in his life. Separations are a natural and unavoidable part of being human, whether it's the loss of a loved one, moving to a new place, or simply taking different paths in life. These moments of separation will come. For example, imagine you have to move to a different city to chase a career opportunity or follow a dream. In this case, you'll be leaving behind friends and family, which is tough. But according to Musashi, the discipline lies in managing those emotions, acknowledging the sadness but not letting it deter you from your path. The concept of separation also extends to material possessions. Let's say you're attached to your car or smartphone. If these items were taken away, would you lose your sense of self? Musashi warns against such attachments, suggesting they can become a form of emotional bondage. The discipline here is in detachment, understanding that while you can enjoy things, they shouldn't own you emotionally. Never be jealous. You might be wondering what the connection between jealousy and discipline is. Musashi's teachings often target the barriers that prevent us from being disciplined, and jealousy is definitely one of them. Let's say you're scrolling through social media and see a friend who just landed a dream job or is traveling to exotic places. It's easy to feel a pang of jealousy, thinking you're missing out or not achieving enough. But jealousy distracts you from focusing on your own path and self-improvement. Imagine if Musashi had spent his time being jealous of other swordsmen. Would he have become the legendary warrior we know today? Highly unlikely. In the samurai world, where life and death were separated by the thinnest of margins, there was no room for such distractions. Musashi focused on honing his own skills, perfecting his art, and understanding his own strengths and weaknesses. Jealousy would have been a waste of precious time and energy, resources he could otherwise invest in becoming the best version of himself. And just like Musashi, you can't afford to squander your focus and allow yourself to get distracted by what others are doing. Especially in the age of social media, maintaining our discipline is more crucial than ever. So when jealousy tries to divert your attention, remember Musashi's unwavering focus and commitment to his own journey. Let that inspire you to concentrate on your growth, and you'll find yourself achieving your goals without the burden of jealousy weighing you down. In all things, have no preferences. Now, this may sound contradictory at first. Isn't having preferences part of what makes us human? Indeed, we all have likes and dislikes, and that's natural. However, Musashi's wisdom lies in recognizing that rigid preferences can become obstacles to our discipline. For example, imagine you have a preference for working in silence, but you find yourself in a noisy environment. If you allow this preference to dominate your mind, it will affect your productivity and ability to focus. Musashi suggests training ourselves to adapt to different situations rather than being rigid in our preferences. This doesn't mean you should ignore your preferences entirely, but rather, don't let them control you. Preferences can also manifest in the people we choose to interact with. If you only surround yourself with like-minded individuals, you might miss out on diverse perspectives that could enrich your understanding and growth. Musashi, through his various experiences and encounters, understood the value of being adaptable and open-minded. Whether in a tranquil dojo or a chaotic battlefield, he maintained his composure and effectiveness. This adaptability is a key aspect of self-discipline. It's about being flexible and not letting our preferences become limitations. So next time you find yourself in an uncomfortable or unfamiliar situation, remember Musashi's teachings. Embrace the moment as it is, without letting your preferences dictate your experience. This approach will not only enhance your discipline, but also make you more resilient and adaptable in the face of life's unpredictability. Do not seek possession of either goods or fiefs for your old age. In today's materialistic society, it's common to believe that accumulating wealth and possessions will secure our future and bring us happiness. Musashi's wisdom challenges this notion. While it's practical to save and plan for the future, making this the sole focus can detract from living a disciplined and meaningful life in the present. Imagine you're so focused on earning money and acquiring assets that you neglect your health, relationships, and personal growth. By the time you reach old age, you might have a lot of possessions but little fulfillment. Musashi, who lived a life of simplicity and detachment, understood that true security and contentment come from within. He wasn't suggesting that we should disregard financial stability entirely, but rather that we should avoid becoming overly attached to material possessions. This attachment can lead to anxiety and distract us from our true purpose. So while it's important to be practical and responsible, it's equally important to cultivate a mindset of contentment and gratitude. Focus on what truly matters: personal growth, meaningful relationships, and contributing positively to society. These are the things that will bring you lasting fulfillment, regardless of your material wealth. Never stop learning. Musashi's pursuit of knowledge and skill development didn't stop with mastering the sword. He explored various disciplines, including calligraphy, painting, and philosophy. This principle is a testament to the importance of lifelong learning. In our fast-paced and ever-changing world, continuous learning is crucial. Whether it's acquiring new skills, exploring different fields, or simply staying curious, the discipline of lifelong learning keeps our minds sharp and our perspectives broad. It's easy to become complacent once we've achieved a certain level of success or expertise. However, Musashi's life teaches us that there's always more to learn. Embrace the mindset of a student, always open to new knowledge and experiences. This approach not only enhances our personal growth, but also keeps us adaptable and resilient in the face of change. So, never stop learning. Whether it's through formal education, self-study, or real-life experiences, always seek to expand your knowledge and skills. This continuous pursuit of learning will keep you engaged, fulfilled, and prepared for whatever life throws your way. In conclusion, Miyamoto Musashi's life and teachings offer timeless wisdom on the power of self-discipline. By accepting reality, letting go of regret, being adaptable, focusing on mastery, and embracing lifelong learning, we can cultivate a disciplined mindset that prepares us for the challenges of life. Let's draw inspiration from Musashi's journey and apply these principles to our own lives, striving to become the best versions of ourselves. What do you think? Does this fit with your experience? If you've made it this far, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.